Castle Sweet Castle is the follow-up to last week's brilliant season opener, and it really doesn't fail to impress. I'm slightly cautious about giving this season a lot of praise because it might suddenly turn around and, jump the shark. Nuke the fridge, as it were. It's always safe to be skeptical when a show enters a late season like this, especially with some of the terrible episodes we had last season. But the skepticism, I'm glad to say, wasn't necessary, as this episode turned out to be a really, really great one. Join me as I talk briefly about this episode. Something I've had trouble with in the past, and I will have trouble with until they actually address it, is Spike's crush on Rarity. It's okay to use it when it helps out the plot, but this wasn't necessary at all. Spike would have gone to stall Twilight because he wants her to be happy. It was annoying when they exploited it in simple ways, it hurt the plot and the inspiration manifestation, and it's still bad now. Megan McCarthy said that the two will never get together, but if that's the case, end it already. End Spike's torment by Rarity, because frankly it's selfish and just plain cruel to lead him on like this. Also, I've noticed a running theme throughout this season so far. It may not be entirely important, but Fluttershy acts very assertive and not cripplingly shy like before, which is a great evolution for her character. She can be shy sometimes because, well, it's in her name, and sometimes she can be assertive. Finding the balance between these two can be very tricky, but so far, Season 5 seems to be doing a very good job of it. In the cutie map, Fluttershy was the one to basically set the snowball on its way to resolving the conflict, and in this episode she has a line where she outright shuts down Pinkie Pie. Yes, she was rude, but it shows character development from last season, such as when Pinkie spits at one of her crazy non-sequiturs like, "Hey, remember when the library exploded into big pieces?" She recognises on her own that it wasn't the right moment to say that. Both of these show big steps for both characters, and I hope it continues. It's incredibly difficult to say a lot about a song unless you're rambling, but let me go ahead and try anyway. I very much liked this song. It feels a little like the end song of Season 4, which by no means makes it bad. It joins many of the songs last season in which reprises occurred that managed to improve upon the regular version. It had a really fun, upbeat instrumental, and with the harmony of the main five's voices, it just makes this song sound all the more amazing. My experience with the song actually spoiled the conflict of the episode. As soon as they started introducing different elements into their design, I knew things weren't going to end well. There are very similar plot threads in this episode to the episodes Suited for Success, Testing 1, 2, 3, and surprisingly the music video for Shake Your Tail from Rainbow Rocks. They all follow the theme of individual creative expression and how individuals are different, and assuming that what you like everyone will and how that's wrong. Without repeating the moral, I will say that it's rather lazy to repeat such an oft-used trope, and I hope it doesn't continue with future episodes. After all, MLP is in its 5th season, so it's more liable to jump the shark than ever before. The most important part of this episode to me was the ending, the reprise of the song, and most importantly the sentimentality of it all. The ponies make an ornament out of the tree library's roots, which not only serves as the perfect way to honour the library, it's also the perfect way to say goodbye. All the memories over the past 4 seasons have not only been a part of the lives of the ponies, but have also stuck with all of us, which made it hard for the fans when the library was blown up. This ornament serves as a reminder that while the show may be evolving, in some respect it will always remain the same. Castle Sweet Castle is not only a great follow-up to last week's episode, but it stands on its own as the best episode so far. Sure, there might be flaws, but it really doesn't ruin my total enjoyment of the episode. It's okay to not like something 100%. It doesn't mean you don't like it, like some people seem to think. Speaking of which, tell me what you thought of the episode in the comments below. While you're at it, if you like my videos, please consider subscribing. I am the Ponyville Critic, and I will speak to you all soon.
Let's all work together.